From Wall Street to Main Street, this is LALATE.
It's a big midday of Sunday morning. As the Treasury yields remain high, the Federal Reserve remains concerned, and your $14 third stimulus check could be landing your bank account as early as Monday if you've not received it. But what's going on with the White House? The White House's Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen spoke this morning about inflation numbers. And were her comments correct, or were they off base? Meantime, there's concerns about Wall Street and its reaction to stimulus. Are the concerns that there's too much growth in this economy or not enough of it? I have all those details as well. And the IRS issued a statement minutes ago explaining what's going on with your stimulus. Meantime, from across the land, there's a lot of pressure on this market as tech continues to fall overnight in advance of the market opening tomorrow, and Bitcoin going through the roof. Elsewhere, new statements from the White House explaining what's in the fourth stimulus package. And will there be reoccurring stimulus checks or not? I have all those big details as Noontime LA kicks into gear, starting right now, direct from Los Angeles. Too much inflation, not enough inflation, too much growth, and not enough growth. These are among the concerns that Wall Street will have to deal with tomorrow as a new market day opens and new concerns across the board. How are you? Good day to you. It's midday here on LA. 3 programmings, 3 shows, 2 hours of live programs, and I'm so excited you join me. If you've not subscribed, hit that subscribe button right now and also like this video. Over this recording, I'll go over your $14 stimulus check, its arrival date. I'll be going over what's going on with Wall Street, concerns about a market crash, and more. Meantime, what's happening with fourth stimulus. A lot of breaking details, and I got 3 recordings to cover it all for you. Let's get to the details right now. First, $14 stimulus checks will be landing in your bank accounts tomorrow as well. They won't be showing up today because today is not a banking holiday, not a banking day. Bank deposits started appearing on Friday and continued Saturday, but more will show up on Monday. The push started on Friday. The IRS, per my indication to viewers of this channel, started the push of stimulus deposits on Friday, and some viewers got them on Friday. Some got them on Saturday. But if you didn't get any yesterday, you're not going to get it today. Today is not a day for funds to clear. Tomorrow is, and you could start to see more deposits appearing tomorrow. Meantime, across the board, really surprising news about what's happening with Wall Street. Amidst the concern about the stimulus check, of more about the routing times of these stimulus checks in a second. Stay with me. Later in this video, I have more about the routing times, the paper checks, and the debit card checks as well. But tech is currently trading down in advance of the markets opening tomorrow. Microsoft, Apple, all down along with Tesla, while Walmart is bucking the trend, is up $2. Meantime, among the stocks you should look at are the push of the Dow Industrials, which are trading up sharply over hours. The Dow futures are up 319, which is really quite surprising. NASDAQ futures are down 112 at the moment as we go into a new day of trading. Among the stocks making moves in recent days is Snap. Snap is up $3 today to $63. It started the year at 50 and has had 2 dips previously. Janet Yellen, Treasury Secretary to Joe Biden, spoke this morning about your third stimulus and whether there's too many concerns about what's going on with this economy. Appearing on ABC's this week, Sunday, Janet Yellen says there is a risk of inflation. I think a small risk and I think a manageable risk. But it's a temporary movement in price. I don't think a significant risk. And if it materializes, we can certainly monitor it for all the tools we have to address it. Larry Summers, meantime, appeared on CNN as well, and he says if you put too much bath in the bath water, it's going to overflow. We're trying to pour too much water in it. Yellen, meantime, said that if we defeat the pandemic, we can have the economy back to near full employment next year. And I think if the package is done right, we can do that. This is really incredible, great news, because basically Janet Yellen is staying on message about where stimulus should be, which is that stimulus should continue until unemployment numbers drop. Where are unemployment numbers? They're currently in the United States about 700 to 800,000 new jobless claims per week. There's about 8 million reoccurring people on unemployment that had a job last year but are still unemployed now. There are 8 million missing jobs in this economy, and we're only generating 300 to 400,000 per month. That would take 16 months to get this economy back to normal. In all accounts, you need a fourth stimulus package around the corner. And that fourth stimulus package is among the topics that heated up Sunday morning news as well. Nancy Pelosi appeared on broadcast news and was asked about the fourth stimulus, and she basically said that it would involve a lot of events, including infrastructure. But how will Wall Street react to it? Higher rates, less dovish central banks are now considered to be the single biggest threat to risk assets, says Ralph Brasseur, head of Bank of America rates across the board. Meantime, IRS is giving you an update about your $14 third stimulus check. In a new statement issued today, they said even though the season's full swings, IRS employees again can work around the clock to deliver help to millions of Americans struggling to cope with the pandemic. Bitcoin is through the roof. It's currently up at its highest level ever. It continues to surge, and on a morning's LALATE, I showed you some of those numbers. So what is in that fourth stimulus package? Is there reoccurring stimulus checks? Is there FPUC retro? Is there hazard pay? Is there SSI and SSDI, Social Security and railroad benefits? Well, one of the things that we heard this morning is what is in there and what is potentially not in there. In a press conference, in an interview this morning, Nancy Pelosi detailed that we will see what's in the stimulus package. We'll look at everything. This is fourth stimulus, and we'll look at the tax code, and we'll look at the appropriate process, and we'll look at bonding. Building roads and bridges and water supply systems and the rest have always been bipartisan, always seemed to be bipartisan, except when Republicans opposed them with a Democratic president, as they did with Obama, and they had to shrink it. But nonetheless, hopefully we'll have bipartisanship. The question is, what will have bipartisanship? You'll see in one of the other recordings later today, and you saw it on Morning's LALATE, that Democrats are reportedly trying to give $250 to every person in the United States from age 1 to 18 every month for 18 years. Yes. Is that infrastructure? No. Does the economy have funds in it to pay for that? No. Is the president reportedly asking for it? Yes. But Nancy Pelosi says that the next stimulus package will be job creation. Do viewers agree? This would be job creation, which will create revenue that comes back into the Treasury. Will give 83% of the benefits, unlike the Republicans who gave 83% of the benefits to the top 1%. They should be the last people talking about what's too expensive for the American people. Republicans, meantime, don't think that this is actually where we need to go. Senator John Barrasso, number 3 Senate Republican in the Senate, appeared on This Week Sunday. And he said, I'd like to see bipartisanship on the infrastructure bill, but it needs to be done a certain way. If they would like to take the model we came up with in the committee and the Senate for Highway and Transportation, I think that's a good start. I think it's a model we should move forward on transportation and infrastructure. Well, what about everything else? What you're going to see over the next couple weeks, and certainly starting on Monday already, is the push for a lot of things. A lot of people want a lot of things in a lot of different places, whether it's the President of the United States calling up on Friday asking for $250 a month for every child under the age of 18, or whether it's people asking for clean air, or whether it's people talking about infrastructure. Ultimately, stimulus will get a lot of different names to it, but it's still going to be stimulus. There is going to be a push for reoccurring stimulus checks. Why do we know that? Because that push started 2 weeks ago. Series of Democrats pushed for $2,000 a month, presumably starting in the month that the stimulus package would happen. A stimulus package would involve a stimulus check every month until the pandemic's over. Then they might be pushing for FPUC retro. That push for FPUC retro involves unpaid FPUC from July last year to December. Could that push be included? That's the talk as well. Meantime, viewers are wondering, what about hazard pay? The president promised hazard pay. In fact, he promised hazard pay maybe bigger than any other promise he made during his transition papers. And while the earned income tax credit of $1,500 is hazard pay, it's not the hazard pay he had so promised. There has not been a single dollar of private hazard pay in this stimulus package. And when we talk about the public hazard pay of the stimulus package, the public hazard pay is being left up to the cities and counties, which may ultimately choose to pay it or not pay it. The third stimulus package gives hundreds of billions of dollars to state and counties, which could pay public sector hazard pay. But if they don't, then where is that hazard pay that we had heard about all throughout 2020 and in early 2021? What you're going to see over the next few weeks is a lot of people pushing in different angles and different directions for different things. The question is, how will they fit together, or will they all be different bills? And with that, I have more details and more. But first, here's a little bit about today's programming schedule and the community page. If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.la.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join LALATE Daily for the excitement of the new LALATE live daily. The excitement starts on mornings LALATE at 9 a.m. Home LALATE returns at 11 a.m. daily. And then afternoons LALATE at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on LALATE. It's a big day as people wonder what will happen next. Next, of course, refers to the next stimulus package. As the White House is pushing for a particular push that people are surprised about. $250 a month for every child between age newborn to age 18. 18 years of $250 a month? Or what about reoccurring stimulus checks every single month until the pandemic's over for everyone? Or what about FPUC retro? Or what about hazard pay? Or what about SSI and SSDI? All those questions and more as millions of Americans start to receive their stimulus check. I'm so excited for you. It's a big day and it's a big noontime. How are you? The toast was toasted, but I'm here, you're here, and if you've not subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button. There's a lot of strange developments occurring this afternoon, and immediately I fully believe that Wall Street is going to be concerned about what it's hearing. Number one, it's seeing the Treasury yields continue to creep up. 1.64 twice last week, 1.61 now. Second, they're going to see Bitcoin going through the roof on massive trading with no explanation and tech starting to sink. And finally, they're going to see this incredible call for an enormous amount of spending. not just a little bit of spending, but an enormous amount of spending for one age bracket and not another. In 2020, one of the big messages that viewers of this channel got and understood it and didn't like it was that the HEROES Act was including a lot of stuff that had nothing to do with stimulus. Of course, that bill didn't happen. But now what you're starting to see, and not just Cory Booker, but the president this weekend, is that a lot of Democrats are trying to take provisions of the third stimulus package, which they like, and make them lifetime provisions. While a lot of provisions that viewers of this channel are still waiting to see happen are still not happening. It's as though just a few days ago, I think it was Friday, that I said, hey, guess what? Get ready for stimulus. And under fourth stimulus, you won't be hearing any more about that child care tax credit because it's taken care of. Well, it's only been 2 days, and now we're hearing about not once, but twice. Now we're hearing about as a standalone bill, and now we're hearing it as an executive order or something along the lines that would be paid lifetime, 18 years. All this comes back to the question, where is the money coming from for this money? Millions of Americans are waiting for that $14 stimulus check to land in their bank account. And ultimately, the message is very clear. There should be more money in that bank account than $1,400. There should be $3,200 for the adult dependents who never got their first and second stimulus check. There should be $2,400 for SSI and SSDI. There should be hazard pay. There should be other monies that are promised. And suddenly we're hearing about a lot of other money for a group that just got money. It's a little confusing across the land. But let me answer some of your incredible questions in this video right now. I see some great questions across the board. Has anyone gotten their third stimulus with Direct Express yet? One person dropped in one of the comments earlier today that Direct Express doesn't make deposits on the weekends. I don't know if that's true. Someone just said Cash App. Yes, some viewers have gotten Cash Apps on stimulus checks today. That is really great news. Let's see more great comments. I'm not excited about hazard pay because when I work in manufacturing, which cannot be done remotely, and they don't treat as essential. Well, hazard pay is taking a lot of different versions at different times. We've had hazard pay where it is private sector, somewhere it's public sector, or sometimes where you get the money without the employer applying. Someone asked $2,000 a month, Jazz? Yes. So what's important to understand when we're talking about forced stimulus is that forced stimulus is really important because it may ultimately pay more money to you than FUC retro, SSI, SSDI, and also hazard pay. So that is really why things are very interesting. Another person asked, so is mine going to get deposited on the 17th? Everyone is different. Some viewers got it on Friday, some got it on Saturday. Some will likely get it on Monday. The only way if you know if you are a 17th day is if you actually have a big bank that has issued a statement that says your deposits are coming on the 17th. And I see Charlotte, and I see Mohammed, and there's Diane, and there's William, and there's Dean, and there's Debbie, and there's Tia, and there's Kathy, and there's Mary Ann. Those are some great questions in the room. Blue Mystic just confirms what I just said. Direct Express does not deposit on the weekends. Thank you, Blue Mystic, for that comment. And Gail is in the room. Gail said that Gail's in the room. And there's Pam. Thank you, Pam, for coming to New Purple Hawk. How are you? And a lot of people are reacting to the news that the stimulus check may land on St. Patrick's Day. Not particularly good timing if you like to drink. Everyone welcome Pam to the family. And there's Tia, and there's Gunnar, and there's Shirley, and Helen. And how are you? And hello from New Orleans as well. It's a big day, and the big day starts with the anticipation of what's happening tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be a very big packed day. You're going to see stimulus checks appear tomorrow. in some bank accounts. You're going to see Wall Street reacting to the news of what Biden is doing. You're going to see Wall Street reacting to news of Treasury yields going higher. And you're going to see the talk of Bitcoin going higher and through the roof. If you're just joining me late in this broadcast, let me give you the recap. The recap is that forced stimulus still remains an issue of confusion. And that issue of confusion involves so many different parameters. It's as though it's a feast with a lot of fish coming to eat. You have some people asking for reoccurring stimulus checks every month. You have other people asking for FBUC retro. You have other people asking for hazard pay. And then you have the White House saying, maybe we should do $250 a month every month for 18 years for children. We literally have a lot of money in a lot of different places happening at the same point. And all this impacts you. Why? Because when Wall Street hears all this, it's going to have a very, very severe reaction to it. It's going to have a severe reaction to it by asking, how is this going to get paid? Who's going to pay for all this? You know, it was in 2020 when Mitch McConnell used to say, well, we can't raise our deficit any more than we are. Oh no, we're past that level. Now we're talking about paying people for 18 years, not 18 months. Yes. So it's one of those moments in which a lot of people are asking for a lot of things, and we'll see the implication on you. The most important message you need to understand is that if the Treasury yields remain calm, markets remain calm, then you're in a good position for stimulus and fourth stimulus package. If Treasury yields go through the roof, if the stock market crashes, then uncertainty about this economy may cause a push away from stimulus because they think that there's too much growth, too much spark, too much price inflation in this economy to give any more stimulus across the land. As we approach the bottom of the hour, I'm back with a big update about the big money in third stimulus. I'll be going over all the money you can get in the third stimulus, not 1,000, but up to 20,000. It's all that deliciousness, whether it's the child care tax credit, hazard pay, or the EIDL grant. I'll be going over all that and more in an extended version of our Business Lunch show. Our Business Lunch show comes up next with the other deliciousness of the third stimulus package included in the entree. Stay with Noontime for more.